My name is Michelle Zipprich, and I'm a 4th grade teacher at Galax Elementary School. Today, I would like to talk to you about an issue we can all work to help correct. Obesity is a problem that has plagued Americans for decades. However, recently, the problem has grown to an epidemic level in children, increasing by 300% over the last 30 years. According to the CDC, 20% of all children and adolescents were considered overweight or obese in 2008. The effects of obesity on young children can be far-reaching and life-altering. Children who are obese are more likely to develop early-onset diabetes and have an increased risk for developing cardiovascular disease. Because children's bones and joints have not fully developed, the problems linked to disorders develop more quickly and will have lasting ramifications. Health issues are not the only way obesity affects children. In school, obesity has been linked to decreased academic achievement. This may be due, in part, to an increase in health-related issues, which lead to an increase in absences. Because students who are obese may lack self-esteem, they may become socially withdrawn or end up the victim of bullying. What can we do as a school to help prevent childhood obesity or help students who are already facing this issue? We can educate them. Our duty as educators is not just to teach reading, math, science, and social studies. It's also to teach our students life skills. Teaching our students how to eat healthy and stay active are skills they will carry with them far beyond their school years. Last year, I was chosen to sit on our District Health and Wellness Advisory Committee along with several other members of our school. In our first meeting, the elementary school nurse presented some data that was astounding to me. She stated that after doing some research using the fall data on the heights and weights of our students, she had discovered that 54% of our students fall into the obese or overweight category. 54%! I almost had to pick my jaw up off the floor. That's almost 3 times the national average as reported by the CDC. I've taught 3rd and 4th grades and knew that from looking at the weights of my students each year, we had a big problem. However, I had no idea just how big our problem was. The discussion that followed focused on what we can do in the 7.5 hours per day we have with those kids in our care to help change this trend. A couple of ideas we discussed were increasing organized activity. Our students only get PE 1 time per week for 40 minutes. So, in an effort to get more active time, we ensure they get 30 minutes of recess each day. We've recently moved our playground to a better location on the school grounds, and there will be a walking track built around the area. It is my hope that the teachers will walk with their students for at least the first 10 minutes of recess each day. What else can we do? We can teach our students to have better eating habits. This is an area where I feel we are not providing for our students in an acceptable manner. I watch our students each day as they go through the lunch line and walk away with trays that consist of French fries, canned fruit, and a milk, and wonder how they will make it through the rest of the day with a meal that consists of only processed foods and carbohydrates. I don't consider a carton of milk that has more sugar than protein to be a good source of protein. It is not that the lunch offered consists of only those items. It's that the lunch offered doesn't taste good, or in some cases it just doesn't look good. And with kids, if it doesn't look good, it doesn't matter how it tastes. This discussion led me to an opportunity to work with our cafeteria manager on the school menu. I was also given the opportunity to attend a regional cafeteria managers meeting, which focused on menu planning with the new cafeteria nutritional guidelines. For those who have never worked closely with the cafeteria to plan a menu that abides by the guidelines, let me just say, I'll happily keep my job in the classroom. The first thing I learned is that it's all about having a reimbursable meal according to the guidelines. In order for a meal to be reimbursable, the student must have either a fruit or a vegetable and 2 of the other choices. The other choices are a meat, milk, or a roll. So, our government is telling us that a fruit, a roll, and a milk, white chocolate or strawberry, is an okay meal according to them. From what I have learned over the past few months, schools are only adding to the problem, not working to correct it. So I worked closely with the cafeteria manager to develop meals that our students would eat. We looked at the guidelines and looked at the food choices available for purchase through our co-op. Then we devised a 4-week menu cycle. It contains more whole fruit, fewer potatoes, and fewer types of bread. Gone are the days of spaghetti, that one student said looked like throw-up, or chili cheese fries as the meat component. Now we have ham and string cheese wraps and hearty salads. Now, I'm not naive. I understand it will take a while for the kids' palates to adjust to the healthier menu choices. But we have to start somewhere. We cannot continue to sit by and encourage poor eating habits. So, it is my hope that as educators, we can teach our students healthier habits for both eating and exercising that will lead to higher quality, longer lives for our future generations. It's not going to be easy, but we owe it to them to give it all we can. If we don't, we just aren't doing our jobs to the fullest.